She might look good, but that doesn't mean that she's good for you. I think we've all had this issue in our life at some point where we find some beautiful woman who we just want all to ourselves. She gives us a little action and we think, oh man, I got her, man. This is the one right here. I don't care what red flags she shows me. I'm all in. I'm sold. And we just ignore all the red flags and she's giving us a hard time, stressing you out, and just giving you the runaround, making you run laps chasing behind her. It's a bad feeling to be in, man. And I think as you mature and develop yourself as a man, you realize how foolish this mistake is, and you start to realize the important things when it comes to dealing with a woman, man. And that's why I want to just emphasize in this video why it's important for you to look for the real qualities in a woman versus these physical looks, which actually are gonna fade over time anyways. So now, if you wanna enjoy a fine woman in the moment, she's giving you some action, and you wanna have a little fun, hey, go for it, man. We gotta live out here. But if it's obvious that this woman is not quality material for you to build your life with and do something real, man, you know what to do. You know you need to get up out of there as soon as possible. You need to limit her time with you and keep that limit strong. Don't let her get up out of there because it's just gonna lead you to your own destruction. I promise you, I've done it a few times in my earlier years, and it's taken time to really let that sink in as I've gotten older. You know, the real important things you should be looking for in a woman is her cooperation. How much is she willing to listen to you and follow your lead? You know, how feminine is she, man? Does she even like you? You should be asking yourself these things when you're dealing with these women, man. You gotta stop just falling for the old trick that's been catching men off guard since the beginning of time. You have to really ask yourself, does this woman like me for me? Does she have some ill intentions? You gotta ask yourself these things, man, because I'm telling you, man, it's so easy to get caught slipping. We as men are physical creatures. We go off of the looks, you know, the titties, the ass, the pretty face. It's our weakness, man, and it's actually something that women have an advantage over men with is, you know, they can deal with a man that's not that attractive physically, but his personality, his confidence, charisma, these features, these things that are not tangible. You know, you can't really see these things, but the way this man is, his character, his personality can actually make him more attractive in her eyes. And we as men, we tend to struggle with this, right? So I'm not saying you got to get with some ugly woman who has all these great traits that you know you should be looking for. You know, I've tried it a few times. I've tried to deal with a woman that wasn't really up to par as far as what I'm looking for physically. But she's a great person. She's got all the great attributes that you think are great to have for a potential wife and mother of your kids in the future. But of course, you know, you want to be physically attracted too, so that's important. But I'm saying that shouldn't be the number one thing you look for, right? You want to find a woman that's attractive enough for you to be happy with, and these other traits are actually they should make her more attractive in your eyes. And it's happened to me in my past as well. I've had a woman who I was actually pretty in love with. This is back in high school. this chick that I, had a little crush on. She was pretty, gorgeous woman. She was a little bit more heavy set. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say she was like fat, but she was, in between thick and fat. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, right? And I was, she was a good woman, and she looked good as far as what I was looking for, and that's all that mattered. And everything else was what I was looking for as far as how she was as a person, right? Um, but these things are very important to accept, man. If you want to like get ahead with these women, if you want to get what you're looking for in life, man, because there's no worse feeling, man, than you feel like some kind of sucker, man, falling behind these fine women who are just putting forth the least amount of effort. And you don't deserve that, man. You know you deserve better, but you're just dealing with this woman because you're desperate or whatever the case is. I don't know, but I'm just here to let you know, man, look for better. Especially as a man that's more superior. As a superior man, you want to look for higher things on a spiritual level versus these surface physical things, man. And that's what most men are doing. I see it every day. I'm sure you do too. Where men just get blinded by beauty and only, they only last for so long with this woman and on to the next, right? So, that's an important thing, man, is see the bigger picture, right? See the bigger picture of what you're doing with this woman, what you want to get from her, how she's going to bring value to your life. This is the important question you need to be asking yourself when you're dealing with a woman. One of our greatest superpowers as men is our ability to anticipate. In other words, we can see things before they happen. We can see where things are leading to if we continue doing what we're doing. And it's very important to use this superpower. You have to, for not just with dealing with women, but just life in general. There's this book, what is it? I got it on my shelf. I'll leave it in the description below. I forget, but it's a really good book about manhood, about how to activate your highest level of masculinity, and it describes these 4 archetypes for men. 4 archetypes that men have to unlock in order to become your best self, your most optimal self, right? And one of these archetypes is the author calls it the eagle archetype. Now, this archetype, the eagle, is actually talking about being able to see ahead, being able to see to the future, which as men, we all have this. You can, it's basically planning ahead and seeing the field, scouting out for danger and seeing where the food is and understanding what you have to do to get where you need to be. And women don't really have this archetype. There's actually a book he made for women as well. And they have their own separate 4 archetypes that they need to unlock to become the most feminine version of themselves. But I have both books. I got to read the feminine one. But the masculine archetype, right, that I mentioned is this eagle archetype. And being able to have that foresight to see into the future, to see where you're going, the dangers ahead, is something that you have to unlock. You have to really tap in and hone it, because it's so useful in life. And in this example, as far as dealing with women, if you're able to utilize this archetype and this superpower, so to speak, yeah, you're gonna see right through women. You're gonna see right through them every time, and you're not gonna waste your time getting your hopes up with these beautiful women and getting disappointed and let down. And you know, you're gonna be able to just more quickly be like, okay, this is not who I want. I'm gonna use her for whatever she's worth, and I'm gonna toss her back to the streets where she belongs. Because there's many women out here that belong to the streets. Let's face it. You know, this is not like back in the day where, you know, you live in a small town and there's, you know, a few people. There's a few pretty women in your town, and you know, everybody gets married to their own woman and everybody's happy and good. You know, you're not exposed to Instagram, and neither is she. And you're scrolling Instagram and you see a million fine women everywhere, all over the country every day, and you just feel like, damn, I want all of them, but I can't have none of them because they all are garbage individuals. Most of them have terrible personalities, and they all think that you should be bowing down to them. In the same case with the women, they're on the same thing. They're posting pictures and they're getting all this attention and showing off all the body parts that they want, attracting all kind of low vibrational attention from men that they don't even know. And it's just low hanging fruit energy. And she's just thinking, oh man, I'm the shit because I got all this attention, even though it's not real. It's very, you know, there's no nutrients in this attention. It's very hollow, but I'll take it because there's a lot of them. And it equals out to maybe one solid good man. All these low vibrational men is equal to like one good man. So in my head, I feel like I'm better than what I am. It's nonsense. You know, we're dealing with this very artificial world, unfortunately. So I think it's important, guys, to use your eagle archetype, use your vision to see through the bullshit, see what's important. You know, talk to these women, but make sure you really vet them out properly and ask some good questions to figure out what she's about. And I can even drop some gems on some good questions to ask in the future on different videos. But this one's already a little bit too long, but I really hope this helps, man. I hope you guys start using that vision to see through these women, see ahead, clear the noise, trust your instincts. You know, you have a brain, man, and you need to use it. All right. But that's it. I hope this helps. I'm gonna holla at y'all on the next one, man. Peace.